Hi guys, it's Alanna and welcome back to my channel for another video. Now today we're up to something once again very exciting. We are heading off to the Albion Saddlemakers factory tour, and then tomorrow, because we are picking up my saddle today, tomorrow I will be getting Star's brand spanking new saddle fitted to him and getting Ella templated for a new one. So it's all very exciting. I cannot wait to take you along with me, and I can't wait to see where these saddles are made. So first off, we started with a nice Albion cup of coffee and got to know one another before Het showed us this contraption which shows all the different measurements we take from the horse and checks the tree's balance and shape. Then we moved on to Rob, who's going to show us how he makes those trees. So the first thing that Rob went through is how they got 6 layers of plywood, we'll get it on the mould and put it all together with glue. Then it would go through the oven, come out looking like this before getting sanded down and the cantle attached. Lastly, it would all be hand rasped so it was perfect and then painted, ready to get the metalwork done. The next step was then to hand weld all of the metal components onto the tree and then check the measurements to make sure it was perfectly straight and symmetrical. The next part of the process was to start looking at the seat. We were shown how we could adjust both the front and the sides of the saddle to make sure that it fit the template absolutely perfectly. We then saw how the back of the saddle and that proper seat shape was starting to take place, and the difference between the dressage and the showroom saddle in its skeletal form was really interesting to see. We were then shown the difference between the soft seat and the standard seat, and the soft seat was absolutely lovely. But before I could steal it, we were off to see the next part of our Albion saddle making process. Up next was leather work, and it was really interesting to see how each piece of leather was vetted to make sure there were no blemishes before it was then put onto a projection screen and each part was cut out. No amount of leather was wasted at all, and we can see them here trying to fit on as many components of the saddle on this bit of leather without wasting any as possible. The laser getting to work here was so satisfying to watch. You can see that I am absolutely enamoured and amazed by how much work is going into this process. Coming up next was our laser detailing. So they showed us using an Albion logo, and oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe the amount of time it actually takes that these people put into your saddles. I've had to put this in like 25.x speed to get this all in the video together. They can do little and large logos, and then it is hand sprayed down to get rid of any debris before it is then conditioned to make sure it looks all pretty and nice and ready to go into your saddle. Another interesting thing I learned was that they didn't just do lasering for your saddle, but you could also get leather pictures. So Harlow had sent in a picture of her ponies that she got done for herself the other day, and then there were some more examples of how we got our names lasered on. So now that all of our leather is ready, it is time to start putting it all together, and the first thing that we looked at was the knee blocks. Once again, I was so amazed by how incredibly hands-on it was. You can see them literally doing that knee block by hand. I think it's so easy for people to think it's just a machine that produces it all, but there's like templates that are followed by hand to make sure that it's correctly done. Also, can we appreciate the amount of dedication and women that we've got in the office today? Next, we were shown how each saddle is stitched together, and it was so interesting to watch. It can take up to 2 years to become an accomplished machinist at Albion because of the techniques needed and the weight of the leather. So now that we've got all of our bits of the puzzle, it's time to head to the saddle shop and start putting it all together. So here Stuart was showing us how he stretches the leather over the seat and steadily starts getting rid of any wrinkles. This once again showed an incredible amount of patience and skills, as he kept having to take the nails out to get rid of the wrinkles before putting more in, and just kept going and going and going until he ended up with a gorgeous smooth seat, which we can just see Georgia giving a nice little stroke here. Next, it was time to look at the skirt, and these are template once again just to mark out exactly where it needs to be so they know precisely what they'll be doing. The next part was something I was very much looking forward to. It was time to get the panels stuffed. Of course, I volunteered myself straight away, but I have to say Stuart was much better at it than I was. I was a bit slow going, but you know, at least I had the spirit, even if I did look a little bit confused. My technique did leave a lot to be desired, but I was quite proud of my panel by the end of it, even if I was told that, don't worry Alanna, that won't end up on a horse. We will, redo that for you, darling. Georgia was next to give the panel stuffing a go, and I have to say she seemed much more confident and better at it than I was. I was jealous. She absolutely had that in the bag. We were also shown how, much like when the saddler comes out to you at the stable yard, you can still adjust your stuffing inside your saddle, although Georgia was told it was easier if she was taller. And lastly, it was final check time. So this is just making sure the saddle is all level, you know, bending down over it. Stu made sure the knee rolls were correct, made sure the flaps were all correct, had to sit on it and made sure that it felt correct when you were on top, which is always a bonus. And then also looked at the stuffing, made sure there was no holes or anything, although they do check the saddle over as they go along, so there doesn't tend to ever be many problems at final check time. Before lastly, checking the straps, making sure they're all level, ticking off the ticket, and boom, we are done. But the fun didn't stop there. It was time to take on the saddle naming challenge that Albion is famous for. So the aim of the game is to try and label all the different components of the saddle as fast as possible. We made Stuart go first as an Albion saddle expert, and he did absolutely amazing. I wasn't sure we were going to be able to top that. And Stuart clocked in at a very hard to beat 1 minute 19. I was apprehensive. So next up, it was time for the influencers to give it a go. Me and Georgia probably could have done better, but we did clock in at a very respectable 1 minute and 20 seconds, even if we didn't have much of a clue quite a lot of the time. Next we had the event riders Ellie Townend and Angus Stewart, and it was fair to say we got absolutely thrashed with them smashing it at 52 seconds. I think me and Georgia need to work on our technique. Right then, so we've just done naming the different parts of the saddle. Georgia, we got beaten by the riders. It's because influencers aren't real riders. Influencers just can't ride. We should just go home. But it was good fun. It was so much fun. And hopefully, badminton.
Yes, badminton.
Round 2.
Yeah.
Last to go was Hannah Esberger and her absolutely adorable daughter Delilah. They also completely killed it. I think me and Georgia need to have a little bit more practice.
Smile, wave, Albion.
Then I spotted something truly wow. Star's brand new saddle was sat there waiting in the office for us to come back and have lunch. I am in absolute love. I've literally never seen a saddle so gorgeous in my life. I could not believe that this was coming home with me today. So let's have a moment of appreciation for this absolute work of art. Right guys, so I'm here with Stuart from Albion, and this is actually Star's brand spanking new saddle. Now, you think you might have been the one to finish this off, wouldn't you?
I think I may have, yeah. It is a possibility, yeah. We do make that many different saddles, so...
No, I'm going to take it as you finish it.
Okay.
My new baby. Basically, I just want to ask you a bit about what different leather and trims and all sorts of stuff we can get for the saddle, because tomorrow I will be designing my other horse's new dressage saddle.
Oh God, so more tough decisions to make.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a load more work.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Basically, her name's Golden Girl. That's
right.
the show name.
Okay.
So you can kind of already guess what theme I'm wanting to go with
gold.
here. How
gold.
did you know?
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So what saddle will you be designing? Do you know what model?
Fabrento.
So it's another fabrento.
One of my favourites, yeah.
Okay, so your choices, you have quite a few choices. Okay, so we can start off with the welt. You can have that gold.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We can have some accents of gold on the loop.
Yeah.
Painted or flat. We can have some more lasering, possibly on the wear strip. On the back, we can have gold paintings on the back. So this could be gold.
Ooh, right. Okay.
Okay. So you've got those choices. Again, with the fittings, you could have silver or brass, which does kind of look gold.
Thinking brass then,
brass.
yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
And you can also change the roll, and you can have a smaller roll. So you could have a thinner roll or a longer roll. It's up to yourself.
Right, okay. And then do we have any different leather options?
Leather options, yeah, you can have a grippier leather. You can have it smooth or you can have it grippy. It just totally depends on your personal preference. Standard, this is a standard fabrento finish. It is quite grippy, but we do the Revelation leather, which is a lot more grippier, so you can have it made out of Revelation.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't ever worry about with the grippy leather it might hold you in the wrong position, do you?
We haven't had that kind of feedback, so no.
So that's excellent
There you
then. And then do we have any different trims that we could have?
Trims as in, you could maybe have the front facing, you could maybe have this out of gold. It is a bit of a hassle, but being this for you, we probably could make the exception.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I know we've got a couple swatches
Yes.
here. You want to go through a couple of them?
Yeah, of course. So these are the standard leathers that we do use. This would be that leather.
Right,
Okay,
lovely.
so you can go through all your different ones. They're all labelled up. So you've got Fabrento, Revelation, SLK K4. Plenty of different options. Black, Ultima, your K2s. Got some of the different colours that we do have and some of the different textures, some of the different styles of leather. Obviously, we always use full grain leather. So most of these leathers that you can see, these will all be the different colours, different styles. So Bourneville, obviously, it's like the brown colour.
Yep.
Black, Ultima, it's got like a pig print. Again, Ultima, it's like pig print. K2, K3 with the SLK, it's like a smooth brown.
Yeah.
This will be the same in black. For Brento, you can feel that. It's exactly the same as this.
Yeah, definitely. Feel that.
So the Revelation that I was talking about, if you'd like to feel that, that is a little bit more grippier.
Oh, yeah.
So if you compare the two.
Oh, I can feel the difference.
You can
there.
feel the difference.
Yeah, and that's the different textures.
Yes, but it wears so well. It wears really well and it is a great leather.
Yeah.
So going on to the welts, these are all the different colour welts that we use.
And if I'm wanting to go for gold, I'm already eyeing up that one.
Well, you're already eyeing up that
Yep.
one, so that's absolutely perfect. And this would be the same colour that we would use for the accent of colour on the loop.
Right, okay.
And also what we would use on the back cantle as well.
Out of curiosity, would you be able to get the gold on the loop as well as maybe champagne crystal?
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. I'm dreaming up
Well,
the saddle already.
I'm sure we can make anything happen that you'd like.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And then I think we've got a few more bits there.
Yeah, we do. These are obviously all the different colour welts that we use. It's easier to show you on the swatches. So again, these are all the different welts that we can use. Okay, so you've got so many different choices.
So I know I'm already, my heart's set on gold, but this is what other people can have if they're thinking something else. So could you have a bright yellow one then?
Yeah. I mean, we do for Will Rawling or Will Saddles. Pretty much all of them will have accents of yellow colour. That's his colour.
Oh wow, yeah.
So yeah, and we get asked for so many different colours, and we always end up finding them and working it out anyway.
And I heard from somebody else that you can actually colour match. If you haven't quite got a colour in the swatches,
yes.
You might be able to find
it. We do tend to find it. We do go to the ends of the earth for people. So whatever people want, we normally get it sorted.
And that's just Albion quality for us.
There you go. That's
Well,
us.
thank you very much,
You're welcome.
Stuart. And I have to say, you've done a fantastic job.
You're
I am
welcome.
in love. And
Good.
I just can't wait to get it on start
Well,
tomorrow.
I was going to say, yeah, look forward to doing your new saddle as well.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. These are some of the saddles that the younger guys made for the Saddle of the Year competition. Dan placed second with this one. I thought he should have won because it's absolutely fantastic.
Peaky Blinders
He
saddle.
based it on the Peaky Blinders. So it's got all your tweed all the way through it, onto the back cantle.
Wow.
And it looks absolutely amazing. And we worked with a local company in the town. One of my friends works for Duncan James, which is a souk place.
Oh yeah.
And we had the tweed from there, so we kept it all Walsall as well.
Amazing.
Yeah,
And then,
so-
so were all of these for the competition?
This was for the competition. This was also for the competition as well.
Oh, that's beautiful. I want that to go with my red boots.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
That's
Colour's
actually
fantastic.
stunning. Wow.
Then also we did this one as well. And you can see it's got the caiman crocodile prints at the front.
Ooh, that's lovely. These are all so different because this is not what you normally
This isn't
see.
what we normally do, and the
No.
guys wanted to try and do something a little different for the competition.
Yeah.
So you can see again,
You
it's
can
got
see
it on the
how
back
much they
facing.
had fun with
Oh,
it
God,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah, absolutely loved it.
Which is really nice because it shows that it's not all just,
Yeah,
hard work.
definitely. There is one more, which is Alex. So this was Alex Fabrento, and he ended up winning. He was lucky enough to win with this one, but I don't think there was any luck involved because it's absolutely fantastic.
It's stunning.
Yeah, the colour it's tobacco. The colour's actually tobacco. I think it's like a London tan, but we call it tobacco.
Will you ever end up selling any of these?
Hopefully,
Or are these just display?
hopefully the guys will be taking these to badminton, and I'll be showing them off because I'll be working the badminton stand, and I think we might be selling them in badminton.
Not at badminton.
well, if somebody's interested in it.
An offer's enough.
Yeah,
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Well, amazing. Thank you so
You're
much,
welcome.
Stuart. And all the saddles are absolutely to die for. If you ever want rid of any of them,
I'm sure
let
we
me
can
know.
find
Yeah. Right then. So thank you very much, and thank you everyone for coming with me to the Albion Saddle Factory tour. We are now going to head home, and tomorrow Star is going to get fitted for his brand new fabrento, and then Ella's going to get templated for hers. So let's get cracking. Right guys, so I'm back at the stables today. I've got some very angry horses, including Dave down at the bottom, who's been very chatty. We have got our official saddle fitting today, so Star will be wearing his brand new saddle for the very first time. I cannot wait to see how he looks in it. I'm going to get everybody clean. She's going to take, depending on how much time she has, so she's going to take a look at how Dave's saddle fits him, because obviously I'm just backing him now, how Jensen's saddle fits him, because he's getting Star's old saddle, and then she's also going to get Ella templated for her own brand spanking new saddle. So it is going to be such a busy day, and it's going to be so fun. So the first thing Sophie did was make sure that Ella was stood square, which for a dressage horse was surprisingly hard, but this was so that the measurements were absolutely bang on, and she took them much like she did with Star and started getting them all templated and down again.
So when we obviously rebalanced the saddle, we're in nice balance.
When she stands still.
Yeah, but yeah, it's very exciting. And then obviously when you probably look at the weight to the head of the saddle, you get the drop. So again, it just pulls down into here, and then obviously you get the lift at the back. So obviously what we experienced with her is, again, as you call it, being ejected, is the head of the saddle drops, the back lifts, whereas we obviously want it to stay in balance there. And then when we have a little look, that again, it's got quite a lot of gap in the clip, like space in here. So down that point, that is actually again too wide down in there. So she is a medium fit, but again, actual tree shape on her is really quite nice. And as we said, like lengthwise, this comes up a little bit on the smaller side anyway, and that's really nice with that last rim. So she's actually pretty standard fit. Just got to get the right width fitting on her, but otherwise everything else is pretty straightforward. That's good.
In the meantime, we had a little look at how Ella's current saddle fitted on her, and we knew that we definitely needed a half pad on it just because it's a little wide on her where she's lost a lot of muscle from having time off. But it's super important, even with a new saddle coming for her, that in the meantime she still has something that she can train and work in that fits properly, so that we were still happy with the fit of this one, and made adjustments to make sure that it was okay for her. So with Ella's templates all completed and done and ready to be sent across to the factory to start getting created for the new saddle, it was Star's turn again, and we took the templates once again just to see how he might have changed since the first round of templates were completed.
And then that left side was slightly weaker and that right side was more developed.
Yep.
And then that right side is less all the way through on that right side. So if anything, he's probably slightly more level. So I'm not actually concerned. So you can see before, where it was over this side on that first one, you finished between basically 0 and 1. And you finished around about just past 2 here.
Yep.
And then now you're finishing just past 2.
And he's now finishing still just past 2 on that side.
Yeah.
So he's levelled up a bit, which is good.
So that's why I'm not actually... Hello, handsome. You're very proud of yourself. Yeah, so I'm not overly, again, concerned. And before, see how you're obviously, again, finishing, because you're slightly more overdeveloped on this right side, you're finishing a lot higher. Again, just past 4 on that side, and just about 3 here. See where you're finishing again now? Just under 3.
Just under 3.
Yeah, so
Smashing.
if anything, he's become more level. So again, it's not, I would be concerned by that. It's actually because he's become more level.
Yeah.
And then that left side stayed around about the same. That right side's actually just dropped slightly.
That's actually a good measure to see how your horse is developing as well, regardless of a saddle.
Yeah. So it's just, again, so we're taking obviously the templates from exactly the same areas. Don't you have my toggles? So yeah, we're basically re-templating against the same back, horse square in the same areas. And then it's basically so we can again see how we manage to maintain the horse throughout. So obviously we've seen her in January, and then basically end of April now, and then that in those basically 4 months, that's the difference your horse has made.
We got shown how to do this yesterday. Some flocking by going down the edge.
Yeah, and then Georgia said, she was like, I will never say it's easy ever again. I was like, oh, did you find it a bit challenging? She was like, it's definitely not as easy as it looks. I was laughing. How did you find it?
I luckily didn't get asked to do the curved bit. I just did the slightly simpler version. But no, I still found it really difficult. Trying to time it as well, getting the handful.
Yeah. It's just all about feel, basically. So once obviously you get the feel for it, it just comes to second nature.
Oh yeah.
But like you say, it's when you first do it, it's like, oh god, how do you move this and put that there and feel this, and yeah, it's just all a bit to do with feel.
Well, I certainly feel bad for anyone that gets the panel that I flocked.
No.
That'll get taken out and redone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie, guys, I was quite nervous getting on because this saddle has literally just become my precious now. I want to sit there and stroke it. Like, it's not for functional use, it's for pedestal use only. Oh, but it felt so comfortable the minute I was sat in it. I knew this was just going to be like my favourite thing in the absolute world. Walking around in it at first did feel a little bit strange because obviously I'm used to something with virtually no knee rolls on Star, but I soon settled in and it felt like an absolute throne. Even when warming up, it didn't feel like it moved at all underneath me. I just felt so comfortable and like I was really going with his movement nicely. I wasn't getting ejected or thrown about by the saddle at all. So I started asking some more questions of Star just to see how he'd react in the new and unfamiliar feeling on his back, and he was just an absolute gem in counter-canter, in sitting trot, in doing a little bit of shoulder in. He took to everything so well with a little smile on his face. I knew that this was just absolutely the right saddle for him. Even doing his baby medium trots, which he's not great at because he's still only young, I was just so super happy.
On, there's no movement, dead central. Again, every time you've come across the diagonal, you've stayed bang on central.
Right then, guys, so that is all from me today at Sophie. I am so super pleased with this saddle. Picked it up yesterday and I rattled home about it literally the entire way.
It was great because it's nice and sunny today, so we've seen all the bling and all the glittery stuff, so it's really, really nice in the sun. It's a really elegant, lovely saddle.
Yeah, I went for like the most extra saddle I could and I've come away with actually a really elegant saddle.
Super saddle, yeah. No, it's
but
lovely.
We're going to stay tuned for Ella's one.
Yes.
Which could get exciting because I am giving you guys complete free reign to create my saddle.
Yes, so we've got complete free reign on Ella's dressage saddle with a little bit of a theme. So we've got to work towards a theme, and so you won't know anything to do with it, and then we've been given a couple of instructions, and otherwise it'll be a big reveal.
Big reveal, complete mystery saddle is on the way, and if it's anything like Star's, I know for a fact I will be. But yes, thank you so much to you and the Albion team. It's amazing.
You are so welcome, and we're really, really excited to have you on the team as well. So
Thank you. Right guys, so that's all from me today. Super hope you enjoyed this video and hope you enjoyed meeting Sophie and seeing Star in his new saddle. If you haven't already, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that notification bell. And until next time guys, from all three of us, it is goodbye.